babaji erade man every quiet eti obi si me sa ono nya ye fono moba now solo sana osia OPATAFUOR tia now obi so cross me sa na bro monyi na raye basa ono so sana osia OPATAFUOR tia ono na ye de na ba se na basa betia kedi afo obebubu dade adabai na wa yusumu akurade abie ene ti sa okwa boya ya obatia ni OPATAFUOR na sa ko ba to yenso onso beti OPATAFUOR ati fiso ya obatia ni OPATAFUOR na for so krade e hodia na wa say babia yeah Professor OPATAFUOR man of God erade shirawo yeah OPATAFUOR erade shirawo yeah Professor OPATAFUOR yeah where you go erade shirawo OPATAFUOR Professor OPATAFUOR erade shirawo dabia maya bofira na fedia menini mi wuro ni phobia otese OPATAFUOR akadesi ofira neba oshane china OPATAFUOR odena wodi asam na asam so ne rade esa no nyame aya no waya ne se on my dendene osi ujatano na odumo jantu mi okana na for pesu afesi ana osa nyarewa na sa okana bre opa eya ejuri piebu kese esa no nyame aya no ni din di OPATAFUOR na se wu sai ne se monia obaya chachama erinya wo yiri anambo su se Dubai ayo nyakupo sonfo ema mu yi edie sa oya ne money esro no every se won kita radidi kwawate yeah Professor OPATAFUOR man of God erade sinawo OPATAFUOR Yamawaiko erade shirawo yeah Professor OPATAFUOR man of God erade shirawo yeah OPATAFUOR Yamawaiko erade shirawo Esimaya bofira na fe podia menini Media mi udi phobia otisa OPATAFUOR ano kanesi ofira neba oshane china OPATAFUOR odena wodi asam na asam so ne rade esa no nyame aya no waya no se on my denden osi ujatano na odu ojatumi akana na for pesu afesi na osa nyarewa na sa wakano brompa ejura epiemu kese sa no nyame aya no ni din di OPATAFUOR ayo nyankopon sofo eba wuye yo we are the body esro no we say won kita erade de kwa OPATAFUOR man of God erade shirawo yeah
Okay, a very good evening to you wherever you're watching live. Indeed, it is a beautiful Sunday evening. It happens to be on the 24th of August 2025. And indeed, I am blessed to have you watch this live telecast tonight. Kindly do me a favor by sharing this live telecast to so many people as you can, especially the group created for OPATAFUOR and then Zenith of Heaven's ministry at large. Well, let me quickly glance through some of your greetings. I have Bashiru Fayao on board. Ibadubu Ahim, Mamia Kiaburi, Kodrapia Sante, Kelvins, Nanaya, Samuel Abuaji, Reverend Dr. Adakwa. How you doing? I believe you're doing well. How is ministry? Michael Champon, Ebenezer Adunya. Okay, in case if you're watching live, you can as well do send your greetings to the comment section now, and I'll be glad to respond to you. Roger, how you doing? A very wonderful evening to you. Reverend Jima, good evening to you wherever you are. Margaret Usu Secher, how you doing? Veronica Fun, a very good evening to you. Gladys, good evening to you as well. Maybe Snyak, good evening to you as well. Yaofori, good evening to you. Everybody, all and Sandro, whoever that you are, very good evening to you. Okay, Efia Dakwa, Nelson Amoa, good evening to you. How are you also doing over there? Lydia Udru, how you doing? Paulus Schumann, how are you also doing? Achaya Piasari. Okay, let me bring this on board so that we'll discuss about it. I have changed the name of OPATAFUOR. I've decided not to bear the name Oparafo again because this name is giving me troubles. Flora J, how you doing? KP, how you doing? Jennifer Nimako, how you doing? Henry Glover, salute you, sir. Warm greetings from the United Kingdom. Okay, greetings accepted. Okay, so back to what I was actually saying. I've decided to change the name of OPATAFUOR. Why? Because the name is actually giving me problems. Yes. Oh, Papa, why? Why? Because the name is giving me troubles. As the name depicts, Oparafo. Jeffrey says he likes the name. Jeffrey, people have been beating me. You are not there. Can you bear the name of Oparafo? There is an adage in Akan language, especially Chi. It goes like, Opatafo diaba, inti ye bumi too much. Inti Opatafo, ni mepesa misesano. What you say? Opatafo no inti ye bumi too much. Opatafo mama troubles. Opatafo mama troubles. what da kra ni nya no papa besene ko solve problem we mame opatafoɔ this opatafoɔ that they say me you opatafoɔ ni free wa afi me mpata hwe biem na de bia no ma be chenya me asama ma osa because people have been worrying me with a lot of problems. So that's the whole issue. That's the only issue that I have right now. Nobody's doing anything to me, but just that the name is giving me a lot of troubles, and I've got to work on it. So wow, that's very great. So if you have anything on board, you can as well do bring it. It says, Mr. Yalfori says, please, blessed are the peacemakers. They shall be Oparafo. It's not like I will throw off the name just like that completely now. It will be an undertone. It's not easy. Problems here, there were every now and then. Every day. I've never seen a day where somebody would just let me be at peace. Papa, so and so. Papa, my daughter is this. My son is that. Papa, pray for me. I'm going through this. Aye. It's not easy. It's not easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And then will be see this, and there will be see that, and there will be see this, and there will be see that. Me da kura me nda. Me hu nyina hyehyɛ me. Opatafoɔ de bia me di abasa ya abu me saa. Enye se obi afa abasa wo bu me o. Edin opatafoɔ nti you know say when you just get up and have the mindset of interceding on somebody's behalf spiritually, you know, definitely the demons or evil spirit that are attacking the said person will tend to come and then attack you. Most of you people, if you understand what I'm saying. So once I try and put that name undertone, Patrick Ahin says that, but the name is, of course, it carries weight. It's not just powerful, it carries weight. There are spiritual powers that follows when you make mention of the name of Oparafo. And there are certain special powers that have been featured in the name. So once you make mention of the name of Oparafo, something follows. It's not just ordinary name. It is something that was prepared in a higher dimensional world, a higher realm, before it was bestowed upon me. Okay, so can you bring out your questions and let's work certain things out. You know, my real name also have a similar translation. So everything about me carries certain cross. It carries certain burden. Like the Akiokun, I bear Akiokon from my patriarchal lineage. From my father's side, my father is called Akiokun. And you know, as usual, people who are called Akiokun means a brave and a strong man who was born to fight. So it has not been easy for me. And my real name that is hidden from the public reception of people who knew me from outset, at least from the primary sector to GHS level. My real name, Ajimai. Ajimai means Opambo. Yeah, Ajimai means Opambo. That's my real name. They named me Ajimai, which means I was being brought to the world to fight for people. And I have the same name, Oparafo. So, 3 names that I bear, each and every one of it carries certain powers. So that's the whole issue. Ajimai, Opambo, you are to fight. Akiokon, you are to fight. Oparafo, you are to fight. So just imagine. It's not easy. Salute you, Mr. Victor, Samuel Saki, Nanadro Briabwa, Latte, Kwame Apia Silas, Constance, Henry Glover, how are you doing? So you see, the reason why I am sometimes harsh, I have a little bit of anger, it's probably because of the name. It's probably because of the name. In our region, especially Ajimai, people are very stubborn and they have anger issues. Every Ajimai has anger issues. And Ajimai means you are to fight to claim certain territories in the realms of the spirit. Sometimes when you are called Ajimai and you are a woman, maybe you were brought to fight for certain people. You were brought to this world to fight for certain specific people. So you see, a Kyokon means you have fought a good fight, a brave person. And I bear that Kyokon from my father's side. But my real name, behind closed doors, are you these fetish priests, priestess, and those people who wants to manipulate me spiritually? You see, if you want to get me spiritually, use the name Ajiman. Because some of you people, your powers are limited. When you don't actually get the real name of the person, you can't manipulate or you can't work spiritually. So you see, I'm a good person to have told you my name. My name is Oparafo. Okay, Samuel Saki says, how about Listowel? You see, Listowel was a name that I decided to take it when I was about to complete JHS way back. If you understand what I'm saying. Nobody named me Listowel. I intentionally picked that name because I had a revelation. And probably because of the revelation, I decided to hide my name and then go for a new name. So you see, the Akiokun Listowel, was a name that I took to myself. My father never named me that. My father never gave me that name. They gave me Ajimai. And they gave me that name because when I was born, there was a prophecy. And they had to fulfill the prophecy. So they gave me only Ajimai. And because I am a Sunday born, you have to add the Sunday borns. You see, as usual, when you are from this account sector, a Sunday born male is called Akwesi. So I am typical Akwesi Ajimai. That's how I behave like that. Don't worry. I am a typical Sunday born. My goodness. So you see, Ajiman is a troublesome, it's a name on its own, and it's a whole lot. And my father was not the one who gave me name, and my mom was not the one who actually gave me a name. It was an old lady who has powers, who sees beyond. And she was in this church. What's the name? Oh, this church. When we were young, we used to go to those churches. I've forgotten the name of the church. What's the name? Continuation. Yeah, Continuation Church. There was a woman in a Continuation Church who happens to be my grandma, who actually gave me that name. My grandma from my father's side. So the name Akwesi Ajiman. Now, she didn't give me the Akwesi. Akwesi, I own the name Akwesi because of the day I was born. And the Ajiman was given to me by a woman, very powerful, strong prophetess from Continuations Church. If you understand what I'm saying. Ajiman people are very tough, strong people, and you can't joke with them. A woman gave me that name. Proud to some things that actually happened when I was being birthed. My father had to consult people who have powers. And the woman told my father to come and give me Ajiman, because I'll fight for the sons and daughters of great Yahuwah and liberate people. It is through me that people will gain divine illumination. It is through me that a light will be brought to the world. And probably because of that, they have to give me that name, Ajumai. I have to fight. Like in the Chi language, they will tell you, Wakwa Jomai, Kona Jomai, Ajumai, Bia, you must fight. Yes, to liberate certain category of people. So I was never named a Kyoko Listoa. It's a made-up name. My father is actually called a Kyoko. But the woman warned my father not to name me a Kyoko, right? But she insisted that I should be called Ajiman, so that the prophecy of God about my life will be fulfilled. And that's the whole issue. That's the whole issue. So a woman from a continuation, you know, that church, they are very spiritual with their activities. She actually gave me that name. And then through the intricate web of human existence, I came to bear the name Ekyoko. Why? Because it's from my father. So my government name is Ekyoko Listowell. The Listowell, I intentionally pick it up just to frustrate some of you people. I am never called Listowell. No. So you see, I am Oparafo. I am Oparafo, and I can never do away with the name Oparafo. I was just joking. Oparafo is a cemented name. God has cemented on it, and I can't do anything about it. That name carries power, it carries weight, and I've got to bear that name because of the nature of power that God has bestowed upon me. I don't have any option to bear that name. Okay, if you have any question, you can actually bring it out. If you have any question. Amajiman says, we the Ajimans, we love you and there's nothing you can do about that. Okay. Thank you very much. So you see, Reverend Adakwa says he has been hearing some preachers who goes about saying that God revealed to redeem. Is it true? Because he doesn't see it in the Bible. That's the mentality of these so-called inspirational speakers, people who think they know the word of God, but they themselves, they are weightless. They don't have any power. They are spiritually incapacitated. That's how they go about spreading this kind of falsehood. It's never true. It is never true. Anytime that God reveals something to you, the Spirit of God is trying to tell you that take action or else it will happen. So when you see that somebody wants to take your life, something wants to happen to you, and you don't take the necessary actions against it, it will happen in real time. So anybody who tells you that God revealed to redeem, it is never true. It is never true. When God reveals something to you, the Spirit of God that revealed that said revelational knowledge is trying to tell you that take action, either spiritually or physically. Take actions against it. If it is positivity, there are certain rituals or certain things that you must undertake so that it will be made manifested. If it is negativity, you must make sure that you get spiritual directions to avert it, or else it will come into reality. I've never seen anywhere that God revealed something and the person stood so low by not doing anything about it, and God intervene or redeem the person. It never works like that. Once God reveals something to you, you must take actions against it, or else it will come into reality. So that's the whole issue. Tony, I would say thank you very much. God bless you. So that's the whole issue. Sometimes these people just cut them off. They are not helping you people. I've already told you that in the early beginnings of Christianity, it actually went through a procession, a metasiloquent process. Lies. They try lying to the public, especially the predecessors that we have had. And these early prophets, pastors, and those people, they tried rewriting histories, telling it on their own to suit their evil agenda. There are so many preachers out there who are trying to utter the truth, the realities of life. People are trying to heap dust or throw dust onto it so that people will not find the truth. They always want you to walk ignorantly, just like that, so that when they are duping you, when they are misbehaving, or when they are going wayward, you cannot perceive it. You just sit down, fold your arms, and then you watch them. But in real times, things doesn't work like that. So take precautions. Sheena says, when she dreams, it always comes to pass. So she doesn't joke with her dreams. Yes, of course. As a normal human being, you must not joke with your dream. I've already told you that in the realms of the spirit, there are 8 channels to which God uses to communicate to human. And one of the channels is through dreams. Through dreams. Through dreams. So when you take your dreams for granted, you experience something that will outwit you. So take very good care of the kind of dreams that you have. There are some of the dreams that when you even experience it, you must pen it down for reference or for future reasons. There are some of the dreams that when you have it, you must pen it down. Now, when Daniel fasted for 21 days, and then he went to the presence of God to inquire of him, all the prophecies and the things that is written in the book of Daniel, It was all received in a dream state. Get this. Everything that you read in the book of Daniel, it was received by Daniel through dreams. So let's assume that if Daniel was to walk or behave otherwise, thereby not jotting everything down, do you think in our generation we would have gotten a book called the Book of Daniel to read? So some of you people, you are the Daniel of your generation. God is still speaking, and he wants to use you people to speak to some certain people. You are the Daniel of your family. You are the Daniel of the area that you live, in your vicinity, within your confines. You are the Daniel at that place. And God is still speaking. Anybody who tells you that God has stopped speaking, it's total lies. God is still speaking. So majority of you people, you are the prophetess and prophets of your own family. So there are certain dreams that when God tells you, it's probably not for you. It's for your generations, your daughters, your great-granddaughters. So you have to pen it down so that you don't forget it. There are certain dreams that I've personally jotted down. Why? Because some days to come, I'll make reference to it. Based on that, I'll use it to communicate or talk to people. And that is how life is all about. So some of you people, you think you just went into bed, you slept, and you had some dreams. So you have to let it slip through your fingers. You just wake up and then you go just like that. Things doesn't work like that. Take your dreams very serious. And it is very dangerous when you sleep and you don't have dream. It's like you are like a living dead person. Take your dreams very serious. Okay, if you have any question, you can as well bring it. Amajima, he says, please, I saw a dead bed at my back door since yesterday and I don't know what to do about it. Okay, well, if where you are, if you can burn it, do well and then burn it. But if probably because of security reasons, if you can't burn it, just pick it up, put it in a polythene and then tie it up, throw it in a trash can or something like that and go your way. Elisha Janfus, he says, Papa, please, I've seen in my dreams twice and I saw the whole world is in total darkness and everyone was crying and shouting. Okay, well, maybe God is trying to send something to you. So just go before God through fasting and prayers and inquires of him. What exactly is he trying to tell you? Ebenezer Dunya, he says, please, Papa, what should one do if the person does not dream at all? Okay, I've already told you what normally leads to that. Some of you people, you eat too much. You eat too much. Some of you people, you eat too much. And probably because of that, it blocks some of the electrical waves or patterns. You see, how do we experience dream? A dream happens where when your body is being laid to rest, then there are certain patterns in your human system. It begins to activate. We call it wave. We call it alpha wave. There is something in the human membrane called alpha wave. And there is a certain substance called endoplasmic substance. It lives within the human system. So once the alpha wave begins to activate, it's like It's like a wave, electrical wave. When it comes into contact with this substance called invisible endoplasmic substance, then a spiritual portal will be activated. Then your spirit will come out of your body. And when your spirit comes out of your body, it comes out of your body through two reasons or under two commands. It's either the spirit within you came out by itself to perceive an information, or there is a spirit out there that threw a signal to the spirit in you to come for an information. And the spirit could be good or bad. So if it is the witches or wizards, a fetish priest or whoever it is who actually called you spiritually, then that invisible endoplasmic substance, your pineal gland, and the alpha wave, these three things will be put together, and then you'll be reactivated. You will be able to tap into your subconscious mind. Then the inner man in you will begin to come out to tap information. This is how a dream is being received. So get that. When you get time, kindly do certain checks on that. The pineal gland, the alpha wave, and then the invisible endoplasmic substance. It's within the human system. And this thing has been deposited in human system for spiritual or paranormal activities purpose. God created humans in a very special way, just that you don't know yourself. Okay, if you have any question, you can as well bring it. Maybe Nyako says, listen to those of you who eat microwave fufu and these bankers who actually eat at late, sometimes 8 p.m. thereabout. Some of you people, you eat too much. You like food too much. You like food too much. And because of that, you have inculcated within your human system a heavy toxins. And the toxins is actually weighing you people down. It is not allowing you to perceive information within your outside world in a dream state. Because of the toxins that it's being contained in your human system, it's not allowing your inner man to come out or being able to come out and perceive information, and then in turn channel it back to you as a dream. That's the main reason why some of you people, you don't have dreams, or sometimes you have dreams and then you don't remember. I know that there are demons, principalities, and evil spirits from different dimensions who also have these powers to intercept dreams. I know some demons, and it has happened to me before. Once the Spirit of God tried communicating to me, and I was not getting the signal very well. So I was like, what is actually happening? So I began praying. So when I was praying, I realized some shadow, a dark shadow being standing somewhere who was actually preventing what God was actually sending to me. So I had to attack it, and then it stopped before I was able to receive the full inflow of the prophecy that God was actually sending to me. The same thing also did happen to Daniel, according to the book of Daniel chapter 10 verse 13 downwards. When Daniel had fasted for 21 days, when God dispatched an angel called Gabriel to bring response to Daniel's prayer, the angel was intercepted by one of the princes of Persia. So there are demonic entities and powers beyond human realm who hide behind scenes to intercept dreams, revelational knowledge. So some of you people, what God is actually trying to send to you people, it is of importance, or it's actually worth substantive. That is why demons hide behind scenes to intercept your dreams. So you have to work on yourself. And some of you people too, your diet, the foods that you normally eat, it contains a lot of fluoride. especially some of the pastes that you use to brush your teeth. Any paste that is that actually contains fluoride is very dangerous to your spiritual life. Once you keep on using a paste that contains fluoride, bear it in mind that every now and then you must declassify yourself, or else the fluoride will block your source of information. It becomes a pile up on your pineal gland, and when the pineal gland is not able to awaken spiritual, this is where sometimes the visions and dreams and revelations becomes on and off. So get that. Most of you people who have been using a toothpaste that contains fluoride, it is very dangerous. Fluoride toothpaste out there is very dangerous. So I'm a type that I don't use it, because once you use a fluoride, then you must avail yourself for declassification. You must declassify yourself. Japhet says that, can demons distract with unnecessary dreams? Yes, demons can distract you with unnecessary dreams. The witches and wizards and river ghosts and stuff, all these entities that live in river bodies or water bodies, the marine kingdoms, these extraterrestrials and these principalities of that sort, they can distract you with unnecessary dreams. Once they are able to tap into your signal, you see, the human mind was designed based on quantum physics. That's how it works. So in our cerebral capacity, it deals with currents, waves. That's why we have what we call alpha wave within our human mind. Okay, Mr. Victor says, how can we declassify ourselves? You see, let me show you one of the best ways. You see, have you seen some of these Indians? When these Indians see to it that there are so many toxins and then fluoride content within their human system, then they begin to declassify their human body. So majority of the Indians, when you meet them outside, you see that they have something red, a red pigment object at their forehead like that, where their pineal gland is actually located. Sometimes you think that thing has been imbued within their human culture or practices. That's not how it is. Any Indian that you see with this red dot, it's not a cultural thing. It's just that the person is practicing what you call declassification. The person is trying to declassify his or her body or his or her system. Why? Because there have been some overload of fluoride or toxins that is actually preventing the person to access information spiritually. So majority of these Indian gurus, most of the times you see them putting something here, putting something here, putting something there. So if you have cinnamon, cinnamon is the best. Cinnamon is something that can help you connect to the spiritual realm easily. Any spiritual home that you visit, you will certainly find cinnamons over there. When you come to my house, I have cinnamon oils and cinnamon sticks and stuff over there. And all these things are being used for spiritual purpose. If you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes majority of these food stuff that you eat out there, you don't know the person who have even used his or her eyes to see it. The evil hands that has even touched the fruit you bought to eat. You actually went to a shopping mall to buy something, groceries from that shop. and you think you are the only person who normally visits that place. There are ghosts in human form, demons, evil spirit in human form, who also normally do visit that grocery stores. They don't go there to buy anything. They just go there for window shopping. They just go there, touch some of the food stuff over there, and then impact their evil spirits into it. So some of the evil things that you normally bring home, you bring those things home because you went to the market to purchase them and you brought it in. And because you didn't pray over it, you just went out there, bought fruit, apple, grapes, or whatever. You just came in and you feel like, oh, let me wash it. You wash the fruit and you begin eating it, forgetting about the spiritual aspect of it. You see? So whenever you buy cloth, whenever you buy food stuff, you must pray over it, because you don't know the evil eye that has set its eyes on that particular said fruit, or you don't even know the person who has even touched it. There are so many people out there who goes into public space, who carries a very higher negative energy, and they go there to infect people over there. So please take precautions whenever that you're going out. If you want to be spiritual, be spiritual. If you want to live on earth like a carnal man, you can as well do it. Greetings to you wherever you are. I believe you are doing fervent. Bring it out. And if you have any question that is susceptible to paranormal, bring it. I will be glad to assist you with it. Okay, we have a question over here. He says, Prophet, please, how do we get retentive memory? Is it through the same declassification? No. Getting a retentive memory, it's a different thing altogether. It has nothing to do with declassification. Oh, Mr. Victor, he says, please, you didn't say what to do with the cinnamon. Oh, you just get cinnamon oil. Get yourself cinnamon oil. Get yourself cinnamon oil. Then you just read Psalm 91 over it. Then every evening, when you are about to go into bed, just put a drop of it at your fingertips like this. Then you pray a little over it. Then you put it here. You put it here. The cinnamon, the energy within it will connect your divine being within you to its source. Or better more yet still, you can also boil what we call the cinnamon and then bay leaves, but it has some safety precautions. Maybe most of you people, if you have health issues, I can't recommend it for you when you have health issues. Those of you who have kidney problems and stuff, it's no good for you to boil it and drink it. But you can get yourself cinnamon oil. That is the best oil on the market for declassification is cinnamon oil. That is the only oil that I believe to have that divine energy to reconnect your divine soul. Japheth says, should we put the cinnamon on our forehead like the Indians? Yes. You just have to recite Psalm 91 over it, and then a drop of it on your finger like that. Then you put it there and pray. Then you are good to go. That is it all. Okay. Ama, when you keep on waking up at a certain odd hours, the spirit is trying to tell you to pray. Pray because things are falling apart. Ama, wake up at dawn. Wake up and pray within the hours of 12 a.m. to 3. Pray. These said odd hours are meant for evil entities to operate against humans. So anytime that within these odd hours you see yourself being awake and no matter what you do, you can't sleep, it is time for you to pray. Most of you people, you are coward. Why have you ingrained the spirit of fear within your human psyche? This is the problem that you have. Some of you people, waking up at night to even go to the washroom and urinate is a problem for you. Why? Because fear has, you have ingrained fear in your human psyche. Aaron Boate, imagine a Ghanaian walking with red dot on their forehead. People will look at you some way. But the color of cinnamon oil is not red. If you can get me right, the color of cinnamon oil is never red. Sometimes they will not even see it. Just a drop of it, then you put it under your forehead where the actually the third eye or the pineal gland is located, or between your eyebrow here. Just put it there. Nobody will even know, or it will not even catch the attention of anybody. Kofi says, please, Papa, when we boil it, should we read Psalm 91? Well, when you boil it, you don't need any psalms over it. But you see, the reason why I don't want people to boil it and drink is because cinnamon contains some nutrient that fight against what we call diabetes. The best medicine for diabetes and then stroke, that is the truth. The best medicine for diabetes and then stroke, the number one treatment for diabetes in the whole world is cinnamon and then bay leaves. But you see, the reason why I can't recommend for you is that some of you people, you are on medication. And because you are on medication, I can't tell you to go and boil those things or give you directions to go and boil it and drink it. Some of you people, there are certain specific medicine that you take in every day. The best medicine for diabetes, if you don't want to get diabetes in this world till the day you die, don't let cinnamon and bay leaves depart from your house. Meaning, when you come to my house, I have cinnamon. One day I'll take a video. So sometimes when you don't necessarily know the health history of somebody, you can't recommend any medicine for the person. It's not allowed unless you are satisfied and rest assured with the health history of that said person before you can recommend anything. But me, I can tell you that the best medicine for diabetes, sugar problems, is bay leaves and then cinnamon. The best, the number one among all. The best medicine for arthritis. Most of you people who have arthritis, the best medicine, the number one medicine for it, the best medicine for waist pain, body aches, cinnamon and bay leaves. But I don't know your health history, so I can't give you directions to go and then do it. I'm sorry about that. Constance says, Daddy, please, the diabetes and the stroke, can you help me with it? Connie, I don't really know your health history, so I can't. I don't want to be sued. You see, I've told you that I've started practicing law. I'm in law school, so I've got to act on my conscience. I don't want a situation whereby somebody will record you and then go out there and then play and tell people that Oparafo says if you have diabetes, you can go and boil cinnamon and then bay leaves and drink it. Knowing fully well that these people, some of these people, they are on medications. So instead of you to make contact to you personally so that you can explain things to them, they will just listen to it. There are some people who listen to not to understand. There are some people in this world, you'll be talking, they will be looking at you as if they are serious. But just end the talks and ask them to recall whatever that you said. It is then that you realize that all what you were saying, you were just saying it in a thin air. They don't remember anything. So that is the whole issue. Oparafo is a smart guy. You should understand. Oh, if you think I'm lying, if you think I'm lying, just do a little research. I know very well that since the inception of AI, the AI was built for a specific reason. And the first reason was to control the outflow of information. They have been using the AI to control certain informations on the internet. So there are certain things that I know that when you do research, the AI will tell you a different story. And sometimes majority of the things that these AI will tell you, it is never true. It is never true. And it is the AI tells you that probably because those engineers or the elite ones who hide behind the AI or controlling it, they want to control or confiscate certain informations that come on the internet or that keeps on surfacing on the internet. So the AI, it's the other harmful aspect of it is that. But at least if you want to regulate the sugar content within your human system, when you go on the internet and type on the health benefit of cinnamon sticks and then bay leaf, at least it will give you that. But when you dive deeply, ask yourself, why did God made it mandatory in the life of the Jewish people to be using cinnamon every now and then? Why? Ask yourself. Why did God made it mandatory in the life of the Jewish people to be using bay leaves? It carries certain health properties. It carries certain medicinal properties. And some of you people are not aware of it. That's the issue. Yes, if you have any question, you can bring it on board so that we can talk about it. I have scholars on board. Dr. Odru Ko Michiao Bibia Boko. Nyambe, once I'm alive, you have something big supporting you. Oh, Kofi says, Papa, I'm a stroke patient. Oh, Kofi. Sorry. Aaron Boatin says, yes, one AI bot stopped responding to me when I asked it some esoteric questions. Yes, the AI was built to control the outflow of information. The white people, they know that because of internet, there have been some informations that has been put out there to which they deem it fit that this information was supposed to be highly confidential, but yet it's been wired it out on the internet. So they sat down and then deliberate on issues. How can we control certain informations? And they started diving into AI. So the AI you see out there, don't think that the AI is there to help. It is there to help you in to certain levels, but in a certain dimension, the agenda behind it is to control information, to make it difficult for humans to access certain knowledge or certain portals. So get that. Japhet, prophet, please, what does it mean if a person loses gray hair, their gray hair, even though they had it at the young age? Sometimes losing it means you have lost your glory. I've told you that anybody or any young person who falls within the age range, listen to me, any young person who falls within the age range of, let's say, a day born to 12 years, a day born to 12 years, if you see any soul, any Homo sapien walking here on earth who falls within the age range of a day born to the age of 12 years, and the person has even a strand of gray hair, it means that person is an old soul. That person is an old soul who once existed. He has had his or her share on earth, but just that they made certain mistakes that caused their sudden demise. And some of these souls who are old, the symbol to show that they are old souls are the gray, the gray hair that they bear. They are kind-hearted. Those people are kind-hearted. They are generous type. And because of their generosity, they will never prosper. That's the realities of life. Those people, they are kind-hearted. And because of that, they will not prosper unless measures are being put in place. Those people, they are very kind people, very generous people. And probably because of that, if measures are not being put in place, they will never prosper in this world, probably because of their nature. Always they want to step in and help anybody who is in need. But I keep on telling you that there are so many people out there who are in need, but yet they don't deserve to be helped. Those people with gray hair from their childhood, they are very kind. And that is the stupidity of their life, their nature. They are very kind people, hard-hearted. And probably because of their kindness, it's actually serving as a portal or a loophole through which their enemies have been using to manipulate them. I know. I told you that I'm not just an ordinary person. I am an adept. There are certain things that is highly susceptible to paranormal. Some of the happenings within the society, you yourself, you don't even have a clue about that. Those people with that a strand of gray hair, they are a type of persons who are kind-hearted. When they get money, people will start chipping in their troubles. Oh, Amajman, it could be from your own family patterns from from the bloodline. People will be chipping in their troubles. Help me, I am down financially. Help me that day. And majority of these people who ask you for a favor financially, over 60% of these people will use it against you. Okay, Jaffa says if one loses their gray hair, does it mean they are not old souls anymore? No. It's not like that. You are still and also, but just that you have lost your identity. Just that you have lost your identity spiritually and physically, and you have become incapacitated. Robert Duncan says, what do we do? So is there anything that we can do to help them? Yes, sometimes those people, you have to guide them. What else again? Reverend Tinedu says, is AI created for good in terms of humanity? Yes, let me say 30%. AI is created 30% for human good, and then 70% for human bad. Let me put it that way. It's like that. It's like that, if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, if you have any question, you can bring it so that we can actually talk about it. Oh, yes, I am aware. Oh, some of these things, it's actually the early stages of AI. It says, Reverend Tinedu says, Papa, please, are you aware some people bought AI to marry them? Oh, you see, Reverend Tinedu, this is the early stage of this robotic or the integrations of AI, the early stages of it. Gradually, we will migrate to a certain level where the activities of this AI will shock you. When AI begins to kill humans or intercept or assassinate or kills humans, this is where you realize the reality of some of these things that we think. AI is good. It is very good for at a point. AI is very good, but at a point, AI is very dangerous than a criminal in a society. Jaffe says, please, Prophet, how does one get their old soul identity back? It is possible to get it. Maybe you have fallen off from your track. You have lost contact with your divine. We can reconnect you, but just that you go through process. It will take you about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah. Maximum 40 days, because you undergo some certain spiritual atonement and then certain process. Just like that. Yes, Gideon, he says, Papa, you see the bad side of AI in their movies. Yes, there are so many movies out there. You can actually go out there and then watch it, and you see the bad side of AI. AI is good. I must be honest with you. AI is good in terms of project works and stuff. But at some point, it will become it has a consequent deleterious effect on human life. So get that. Daniel Ato says, Papa, please, my grandmom told me that everyone who dies, they put coins in that person's hand to cross a river. Okay, Daniel. Well, somehow I side up with your grandma, but with the issues of that, there are more to it, and I've explained it deeply in one of my videos. So if you want to get it, you can go online and then search it. I actually took my time to explain some of these things, some of these mysterious experiences that we have been having in our society, and some of these ritual practices that our forefathers have been practicing, the positive aspect of it, the negative aspect of it. And it is also written in the Bible. So get that. Nelson Amua says, Papa, please, is trading forex and crypto a sin? Bible says that do anything to get money. So anything that is not based on crime, like defrauding people, selling of narcotics and stuff. It is based on crime. I've never seen anywhere that somebody have been arrested because of trading forex or crypto trading. I've never seen anywhere. I believe it's been legalized. Get money, look sharp, and get money. Yeah, that's the only thing I can tell you. My brother, be smart, okay? You can get money. Go out there and get money. Papa, please, the cinnamon, can we put the stick into virgin oil and use it? Okay, yes. Robert Donko, it's also a good idea. A good idea. But make sure that the nutrients or the ingredient content within the the cinnamon, the oil sucks it, right? Japheth, why do you want to know? Why do you want to know? Why do you want to know that demon? Michael Champion says, please, Prophet, concerning the upcoming digital currencies, does it have any link to the Antichrist system? Of course. Once we migrate from a paper money like this, once we migrate from this, the use of paper currency to a digital currency, it means that the government have power, a sole control over your money. Now, let's assume that I have money at the bank. Now, when you go to the bank and deposit money over there, bear it in mind that the money does not belong to you again. It belongs to the government. You see? So you can just wake up in the morning, go to the bank for some few withdrawals, and then they will deny you of it. And there's nothing you can do. Like how some of these novice banks who always comes on the scene lure people to open an account at their firm, deposit money over there, then they intentionally collapse the bank, then they take people's money off. You see? But when you have this paper currency with you, right now, what I have in my hands, it solely belongs to me. It's my property. Now, this one is with me, and the government cannot tell me this or that or how I should spend it. But once the money is being changed into a digital form, it means the government will have 100% control over your finances, and they can deny you access of it. And what else again? Mark Beast, he says, is it true rapture is coming this September? It's total lies. Don't mind them. Don't mind those people. There's no rapture coming. There's no rapture coming. There's no rapture coming in this September 23rd and 24th. There's no rapture. Don't allow any false prophet to deceive you. Anybody who thinks he has in-depth knowledge in the things of spirit, there's nothing like that. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. There's no rapture coming on the 23rd and 24th September. Next month is 23rd, and next month is what? August, September. Yeah, next month is September. Nothing of that sort will happen. Enjoy your life. Go, if in case you are working, feel free and work. Go out there, make a change, make hay whilst the sun is shining. Enjoy your life. Don't allow any false prophet with that kind of tactics to extort money from people. You work hard and get money, and these people use all forms of strategy and intimidation to take your money. Don't fall for it. Okay, Father, can we can't get the daily bread tonight because we have network problems. Okay. Paul Suman says in Cape Town in South Africa they have network problems. Okay, thank you very much. Richmond says, Papa, please, is it wrong to take alcohol as a Christian? Hey, Richmond, why do you want to take in alcohol? Why? Why do you want to take in alcohol? Do you know the consequences of it? Alcohol is dangerous than fornicating. For you to take in alcohol, I prefer you go out there and fornicate. That one is better. Alcohol is dangerous. When I take my time to explain what constitutes alcohol and the consequences of it, you'll be shocked. Have you seen the face of someone taking a local dry gin before? How they react? You see, in the olden days, in the 1940s, 1930s, 1920s, in the 1910s, thereabout, the alcohol that we have as a then, it's not the same alcohol that we have in this end time. This end time, the alcohols that we have are artificially modified wines. They use sugar and other stuff in producing those large-scale alcohol. So get that. Once you want to net yourself deeply in alcoholism, the rest assured that you are inviting a different spirit to destroy you, and it will destroy you completely. Have you realized why it is very difficult for people who are obsessed with alcohol to stop? There is no amount of prayers. It takes the divine intervention of the Holy Spirit. Kevins, don't let me give you some knocks. Kevin says, Red Bull gives you wings. And how many wings have you grown ever since you saw those people started taking in alcohol? Richmond, he says, Papa, please, I saw a video circulating on social media where some pastors are saying they take alcohol and it's not a sin, so take it. That's why you are asking. You see, Richmond, sometimes you need to sit down and assess these self-acclaimed bishops, apostles who are parading on the social. You see, bear it in mind that if anything that will surface on the internet that you take it serious, then you have a long way to go. I'm telling you, the social media that you have been using, majority of the people always come there just to lie to people, lure them into certain situations. How can a reverend minister, a whole OPATAFUOR, I'll get drunk and stand before you and preach about what? Let's assume that I am to come and then have a Sunday service. And when I stand on the pulpit, I'll be smelling and stinking alcohol. Even when I yawn, my mouth will be smelling alcohol. How would you perceive me? The reason why majority of these pastors, they takes in alcohol, it's because majority of these people, they don't carry a divine spirit. They carry, majority of them, they are sorcerers. Any man of God who tells you to go and take alcohol is a sorcerer. It's either the person is a sorcerer or a wizard. I'm telling you the truth. Or the person has a different spiritual powers which has nothing to do with great Yahweh. We have these people practicing divinations over there. And when you go and listen to those people, you are listening to them at your own risk. What makes you think you can take alcohol? Why? Because in the Bible, God instructed the Israelites to pour libation. And do you know what actually led to that? What actually led to that? Sometimes people would love to cut the head without looking at the tail. or would love to cut the tail without looking at the head. Things doesn't work like anything that is written in the Bible. Sometimes you have to go behind it, flip it more than 10 times to really understand what it really meant. You don't go about and be infiltrating people, indoctrinating people to be taking alcohol. Alcohol, something that is being abolished anytime that a king wants to go into a public convocation. As a king, you are not even allowed to take it and then go into any public occasions. Why? Any public gathering. You can't take alcohol and go there, because they know for a fact that once a king becomes intoxicated with a wine or alcohol, you go out there publicly to jeopardize yourself. You go and disgrace yourself. So even in the traditional way, they always tell the king that if you want to take alcohol, make sure you go into your hiding, you take the alcohol, and then you sleep. You don't take alcohol and then go out. You go there and disgrace yourself. So please, take note of those things. Wow, Robert Donko says, Papa, even yesterday I saw a new drink called Lilith. Wow. Mr. Victor says, it's true, senior. They are false teachers and pastors. I keep telling my friends that children of God should not be drinking alcohol. Why should you drink alcohol? If you want it, tomorrow I can come on air and teach you or have a talk with you about alcohol. You're not even dare to involve yourself in alcoholism. After taking alcohol, what do you think? Some of you people, you think that we take alcohol to weary out our sorrows. So let me tell you, after taking the alcohol, will it automatically take all your sorrows away? Ask yourself. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, okay? Ajinana Kwejo Daniel, you're welcome on board. How are you doing? I believe you're doing well. Japhet says, Prophet, why don't old souls reincarnate with the memories of their previous life, and can one retain those memories if they are old souls? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, okay? We can actually give you the keys to it. We can actually give you a secret key to access those things. And those keys, it has been bestowed upon certain few people in the society. Not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. Daniel Ato says, Papa, please, is it good for a Christian to play a festival song in a church during main service on Sunday? Papa, please, a particular festival song. Okay, Daniel Ato, the realities of it is that it depends on how and why the music was made. Everybody has a history, and I must confess, everybody, every human here on earth has a history. But it says, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my names. So under whose name did you gather? You didn't gather in the name of OPATAFUOR, but you gathered in the name of God, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the name of Jesus Christ. So once 2 or 3 are gathered in a certain being's name, that person's music must be played. If you are gathered in the name of Jesus, you play music concerning Jesus. After that, you are free to go and then enjoy whatever music that you deem it fit. And I can attest to the fact that not all secular music are evil. Some of these secular musics especially when it comes to the continent of Africa, in the kingdom of Yorubas, Ashanti, Gas, and these traditional areas. They have certain music that is very good. It speaks a lot of volumes, and it is good to listen to it. You don't have any issues with that. But you can't go and sing this music in a church. Listen to me. You can't go and sing this music in a church. A music like, let's say one day I'll be running a church service and I'll tell them to play me. Asante Kotoko say yeah, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah, and then the House of Folk music. I've forgotten the name of the House of Folk team. The music. What's the name? It says, never say die until the bones are rotten, right? I can't sing this music in a church because we are not gathered in the name of House of Folk. We are not gathered in the name of Red Tamale United. We are not gathered in the name of Asante Kotoko. We are not gathered in the name of Chelsea. We are not gathered in the name of Barcelona. We are gathered in the name of the Holy Spirit. So we must sing songs that is dedicated for the Holy Spirit, God and Jesus. And that's it. After closing from church, we have been dispersed from the presence of the Holy Spirit. So when I get home, of course, I am an Asante. I am a Gaman. I am a House of Folk supporter. I am a Asante Kotoko supporter. So I can sing any music that I want because House of Folk is not gathered in the name of Jesus. They are gathered in the name of football. So anything to ginger our spirit, you can do it. So sometimes we need to get our objective right, whatever that we're doing. It sounds good. Arise, I rose. Is it arise, arose, arisen, or what? Somebody should teach me the music. Give me the lyrics of it, and I'll sing it myself. Oh my goodness! Phobia, oh, I love my Ghanaian people. I love my African people. The super eagles of Nigeria. These days, the eagle is not flying at all, I must confess. If you're Nigerian and you're watching me out there, these days the Nigerian eagles is not flying. It's like the wing has been cut off. Oh, my people, I love you, okay? Don't worry, don't mind me. That's how I am. I like teasing people. Elisha Jamfosu, please, Papa. They said Jesus Christ's name is not the real name, but in my dream, if I encounter any spiritual battle and mention in the name of Jesus Christ, it works for me. So can you teach us more? I've already thought about this. I don't want to go back. I've already thought about that. The super eagles of Nigeria, please, if you are online, let me hear from you. I beg. I beg. These days, the eagles are not flying. Why? Have they run or have they gone into hiding or what? Let me know. Mark this, it says, is getting two wives a sin? Mark, are you married? Do you intend marrying? And then if you are married, how many wives do you have? Let me know your personal assumptions about that. The super eagles of Nigeria, Ghana Black Stars. Wow. Ghana Black Stars. Red Tamale United. Accra House of Oak. Asante Kotoko. And which team again? Which team again? What is the national name for the Congolese national team? In Congo. Is it Congo Brazzaville or what? Hey, the Super Eagles. Tinubu, the Eagles is not flying. They have gone into hiding. My goodness, Africans. Hey, I can't remember. Back in the days, we used to have giant players in Nigeria. Back in the days, we used to have giant players in Nigeria. I must confess, in the likes of Gigi Okocha and those people, Mikel Obis and staff. These people are well renowned and highly endowed footballers that we can joke with. But this time around, the players that we have in Nigeria, you can hear from them at the international market and then in the local sector. What is actually happening? The Nigerians, you need to sit up. I believe in you people, Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Of course, I salute you, Nigerians. I respect those people so much. Ashanti Gold, okay. Okay, I think I have House of Oak and football club. Their music lyrics is here. Arise, arose, arisen. Be quiet, but don't be silly. We are the famous House of Oak. We never say die. Wow, I love it. Mark B says he is married, but wants to get another one. Why? Are you a Christian? Let me see. Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian or a traditionalist? Let me know. Because before I'll be able to answer you this question, I had to be able to know your stance before pinning my voice on issues like that. Yes, if you have any question, you can actually bring it out so that we can work things out. Right? What question be a fabra ni inkomo? Odi for OPATAFUOR. Mashada na masesa me techere man. What you say? Untia ubetie. You see, Kevin's, it says Congo Brazzaville, the Red Devils. How can you have Red Devils as a whole national team name? Red Devils. You are a devil. You just be there and you pick up. I'm a devil. Red Devil. Mark B says, I'm married, but in another relationship too. Okay, well, I'm not interested in the relationship that you find yourself in currently, but I am much concerned with your religious status. Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian, a Muslim? Let me know. Are you a Christian or a Muslim or a traditional worshiper or whatever? Who are you? Tell us. Because we have different faith and belief when it comes to all these religious bodies that I've made mention. When it comes to the traditional rulers, they can marry as many as they want. And when it comes to the Islamic religion, the Islamic people can marry up to, I think, 4. Hey, Mark, what's your real name? Mark says he's a Christian. What's your real name? Hey, okay. Ajing Nana Kwejo Daniel, side chick. Don't come and roast any rotten fish and put it in my mouth so that when I open my mouth, you tell me, OPATAFUOR, your mouth is stinking. I remain to be who I am. OPATAFUOR, I don't want any problem, if you understand what I'm saying. Big ups to my women who are watching me live tonight. I love you people. And you know, women and OPATAFUOR, I will always defend you. No man should marry two as far as Christ is concerned. Be content with you one woman. I've said it. My goodness. Okay. Stobites. Well, at least a week is okay. How can a whole Congolese team get up and say we are the Red Devils? How can you be a red devil? A devil is not the good spirit. Devil. How can you tell me we are the Red Devils? And the whole national, they sat down and agreed that we should use the name Red Devils. Hey, how can you just sit down, form a team, and name it after the devil, the Red Devil? Okay, Bismarck. Okay. Well, when you read the Bible carefully about what Jesus actually said in the Bible, Peter went to Jesus to make inquiries regarding the issues of marriage, and Jesus boldly emphasized that no man should marry two as far as Jesus is concerned. Every man is entitled to pick one woman among the billions out there. That is why it says, choose your devil very well. I know all women are no good, all women, but at least there are some devils, they will have mercy on you. And my mom is the lead. When I say all women are no good, my mom is the lead. But at least there are some mom. I know my mom is watching me. Hello, Auntie Lizzie, are you online? Let me know. That's my sweetest mom. I know she's no good, but at least choose somebody like Auntie Lizzie, Elizabeth Odro, and then somebody like Eno. These two devils, when they are killing you, at least they'll reconsider your efforts in their life. But when you mistakenly go and choose a devil like Amata, Nanajua, Obriya, Boa, and the Amajimans in your life, I'm sorry to tell you that you are not far from gone too soon. I want to wage war before I sign out. Oh my goodness. You see, choose. There are good devils there. I'm telling you, and I must attest to the fact. There are good devils out there. I've given you example. Devil like Enu. This devil they are harmless. Okay, Eno is harmless. A toothless bulldog. She can't do anything. Somebody like my mom, Elizabeth. She is a toothless bulldog. She can't do anything. Just that because she bears the characteristics of women, it makes her an automatic devil. But she's a harmless one. So when you get people of that types, hey, you won't go too soon. Amajima says she's a good devil. The first time I'm hearing this, is any devil good? Augustine Aqua says she's good. Oh, Elizabeth or say, oh, Eno, one of the good devils that we have in this end time. Eno is a very good woman, and trust me, Eno is a very good woman. She has a heart for men. Yeah, she's a type that I really admire her a lot because of that set skills that she has. Very, very good woman. She's a type who can tolerate a man's excesses. When you get married to a woman like Eno, Eno can let you go out there, misbehave, fool around, and come back, and she'll just be there waiting for you. Very good. Yes, my mom Elizabeth Odro too is good. I'm having Augustina Aqua to confirm that she is also a good devil, and I'm wondering which kind of a devil that she is, that she is claiming to be good. Well, we just accept it. Yes. Oh, Eno is a woman that I respect her, despite the fact. Let's put all jokes aside. She's good. She's good. She's good. She's good. Okay. Sheena says she's good. Echapia Santi, would you also add yourself to those people who are also good? And then, before you add yourself to it, you must firstly tell us the kind of a devil that you are. Are you a red devil or what? Or you are a blue devil? Let me know. Amajima says she is Margaret also Sechere. Thank you very much. Auntie Maggie says she is also very good. Okay, good. When a woman is good, you are good to go. I must confess, there are some women, they are very good. I'm telling you. You see, in this world, there are some women who, there are some women. I pray every man watching me live gets a good woman. A good woman. A good woman. That's the only thing I can tell you. Yes. Hey, I champion Asante. For you to boldly declare it out to me that you are a great devil. Hey, boy, yeah. I wash my hands from this case. I wash my hands from this case. Hey, you are a great devil. I champion Asante. I wash my hands from this case. I wash my hands from this case. Good night, great devils. Hey, women, they are very good. They are very good.